volleyball match with the Con Edison Game of the Week as the Hunter College Hawks, the top seed, the defending champs, they take on the 2 seed, the Baruch College Bearcats. Hi everybody, and welcome here once again inside that Holman gym alongside former coach in the conference, Patrick Dietz. I'm Ralph Benarchik. And Pat, when you look at these two teams, same straight year that these two teams are meeting. Hunter meeting last year, able to take care of business, but these two teams have a really small margin of difference this year.
And the reason is probably because there's less, there's more knowledge between the two teams. They know each other very well, and there are some injuries that did affect them last year as compared to this year.
When we look at last year's meeting between the two teams, it was a Hunter sweep, 3-0. Tournament MVP Christine Lubeck, who's back this year, had 25 kills.
And Christine Lubeck this year is probably going to have 25 more kills. The question is Mallory Grubler, even with her bad leg, going to be able to help her out in the end?
We look at this year's Baruch College Bearcats. Strong season, Pat, 7-1, second place, 23-10 overall, but they have been really buoyed of late. Last 3 weeks, junior middle blocker Lauren Hayden has really come on.
And Lauren Hayden last year had a bad shoulder. This year she doesn't. Plus she has to carry the burden of the game on her own. This year she has Jessica Wu, an incredible young freshman from Cerritos, California, that may actually help alleviate some of that burden.
And for the defending champion Hunter College Hawks, big season, 21-10, but 2 straight wins after a season worst 4 straight losing streak during some good competition. They have 3 seniors back with Christine Lubeck and the center Katina Budis, but Mallory Grubler dealing with a sore foot. She's back, a senior, and that might tilt the scales a little bit.
And that's going to be a major problem for a middle blocker like Mallory Grubler. You have to be able to patrol the net, and if she's not able to patrol the net because of that bad foot, Hayden and Wu might just get an opportunity to swing away in an open net.
So Hunter and Baruch meeting for the 13th time in the CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match. Hunter has taken 10. The Hawks seeking their 21st Women's Volleyball Championship and 5th in the last 6 years. We'll come back with first serve from Nat Holman Gym. You're watching the CUNY Con Edison Game of the Week.
According to estimates, over 1 billion people live.
Back at Nat Holman Gymnasium, let's look at the starters for our two teams. Hunter in the white over purple, Baruch Navy over Navy. For the Hawks, Christina Lubeck is in the outside hitter spot with Paulina Jobzik. The 2 middles on the inside, Lucia Stasik and Jacqueline Hatfield. The libero, Kim Hurton, and the center, Katina Budis. Mallory Grubler, though, is in the starting lineup. She was a lat scratch, but now she is in the lineup for Hunter. For the Bearcats, Wilson, outstanding libero, Stamas and Hayden in the middle, Moody, a junior, with Santiago, the center, Wu, a freshman right side, Peralta, a sophomore outside hitter. We are ready to go. And the CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship underway with Patrick Dietz. Ralph Benarchik, so happy to have you with us as Hurton is able to dig it out. Lubeck and Wilson able to push it across, and it lands in for an early 1-0 Baruch lead. Pat, some keys to this match for starting here with Hunter.
Well, the main key is going to be the matchup between Jessica Wu and Lubeck on that outside right side position. Who's going to dominate?
Melinda Santiago with the service. Butis setting, and Grubler, there's an early indication of her health. Talk about her foot injury and what she might be dealing with today. Already 2-time first team all CUNY player Mallory Grubler.
Well, again, you have to be able to patrol the net. Mallory Grubler's strong suit is getting her long arms across the net and being able to cover side to side. With a bad foot, that's really hard to do, changing direction.
1-1 first set. This is Wu hitting from the line. Butis, Lubeck from the angle, saved by Wilson, safety to cross. Butis organizes in the middle, Stasik got it to go. Lucia Stasik, a freshman middle from Astoria, New York, and Long Island City High School, 2-1 Hunter.
And what's going to happen is that's probably going to be a major matchup for Hunter because they're more of a middle outside team compared to Baruch, which is more of an outside middle team.
Santiago with the dump, that was pancaked off the floor, but could not be eventually rescued. The pancake, though, served by Paulina Jobzik, and it's 2-2.
Now Baruch has another new young lady, number 11, Anderson, on the front row with with Wu, you have an experienced transfer playing next to a freshman, so she's getting great coaching all the way around, off the bench and on the bench, to help her further her career here in the front line for this team.
Rebecca Peralta from the Bronx serving. Butis setting. Lubeck. Dug out by Wilson. Santiago, third-year starting center. And Wu with the put away. Jessica Wu. She is a freshman all the way from Cerritos, California. That's number 3 in the conference in hitting. And Baruch has its first lead.
She is going to be a major factor. This young lady's arm swing is so pure and so natural that when she snaps down on the ball, everything's going to possibly be a point off of it.
Santiago back for Wu. Dug out there, Jacqueline Hatfield. Stasik with the tip, and then the follow, 3-3.
And there goes the one thing that Hunter definitely does have an advantage against Baruch, and that is a middle attack.
Back and forth. First set just getting going tonight. You see Allison Stack in her 6th year as coach, as Butis with the service error. Allison Stack, what a story. She has not won a CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship yet, though. She is 0-2 in the CUNY final after winning many times now on the men's side.
And, you know, that's the question. When is her team going to actually give her that championship? And they've been good 5 straight years now. She's got to score one eventually.
They're in the final for the 3rd straight year. Pat is there. We get the put away. Megan Moody. And Baruch now opening up a 2-point first set lead.
Megan Moody and Jessica Wu with Lauren Hayden front row is the most potent attack on the court right now. If they're able to transition and get a point off of these 3 young ladies, they could roll to a very solid victory.
Posey Wilson, good short service. Free ball, Baruch. Hayden, dug out there by Jobzik. Lubeck. Santiago. Wu was open, and the uncovered block, and now Baruch has doubled up Hunter 6-3.
And there goes that X factor. A freshman with senior skill. A freshman with senior skill, and that's what that young lady's showing right now.
This is a senior, Posey Wilson, marketing and advertising major. Is going to stay in New York. She's from Fayetteville, Arkansas, as we get the kill from Hunter. Jacqueline Hadfield, she's a sophomore from Crescent City, California, and it's 6-4. Last year's tournament MVP, Christine Lubeck, to serve. As you see the brief replay there. Moody, there's the block. Stasik, Wu on the other side. And she would have liked to have done better with that.
And I think what it is, and I noticed this during warm-up, she's working on her cut shot, cross-body cut shot. What she's probably going to have to do is ask for the ball a little higher so that she can turn it down the line and really work against that outside hitter.
Hayden off the tape. Butis setting. Hadfield. Moody. Kim Hearn there with the dig for Hunter. Big smack there, Jobzik dug out by Wilson, who's been Libero of the Year multiple times in the conference. Butis organizes again, flying in. There was Hatfield. Good rally here, Hatfield again. Santiago organizes. Moody on the outside.
That is a big swing by Megan Moody. Very smart shot, low underneath the block. This will definitely be what will help Baruch win. Look at nice low right inside the block. Makes things so much harder for a blocker when you're extending way over the net. The person just kind of chips it under your arms.
Jessica Wu is a really good server too. On the outside, Jobzik. Hayden gets the service and the finish. Lauren Hayden, Pat, has been hitting .372 over her last 12 matches. Unheard of numbers.
And that's because she doesn't have a bad shoulder. Last year she had a bad shoulder. Look at this high contact swing. Very fast, very snap. Right into the deep corner.
Right to your monitor. Free ball, again Baruch. Now leading by 3. Hayden, look for the tip. Butis setting. And Hatfield on the put away.
A very rare shank by Posey Wilson. She allowed that ball to get up along her chest instead of creating what we call a triangle, a nice low triangle to kind of control that ball with your hips.
There's Ray Bello in his 5th year coaching the women. Last year's CUNY Coach of the Year. Could win it again this year for the 2nd time. Back-to-back years
there
in the women's. And Jobzik, that time with a softer roll. and it's a 1-point first set.
I'm noticing what Baruch is doing. They're allowing Lauren Hayden to go one-on-one with Jobzik. That's taking Santiago away from blocking, which makes her a liability, which is pretty smart. I think eventually they're going to have to find a way to get Lauren Hayden some additional help on that side with Santiago's front row. Maybe push Megan Moody over because she's also a center.
A 3-0 run by Hunter to tie it. Kim Hurton continues to serve. Goes at Wilson. Woo! That was putting on a hurt on Butis, and Baruch leads.
She is an athletic young lady with a big whip. And the way she broad jumped into that ball allowed her to put more velocity into it from back row, which is something Baruch has never had in the past.
Megan Moody, a transfer from Navarro Junior College in Texas for Baruch with the service. And that one actually came off the ceiling. It's in play. A break for Baruch. Butis. And it is a big-time break for Butis because Jobzik missed outside. A break for the Bearcats, 10-8.
Hunter currently has 3 big hitters front row, and Santiago has to block. This is where they need to make a push and look to try to win the game. They have to attack Santiago on the outside with their big outside hitters.
Except the point again to the Bearcats on the tip, on the poor pass.
Bad pass, bad shank, smart block.
And Jobzik hitting, free ball again, Baruch, Hayden. And Baruch opening up a 4-point lead. They're approaching midway through this first set. Ray Bello using a timeout for Hunter.
And they're gonna need this timeout. Again, you have to look at the front row that Baruch currently has. They have small little Santiago up against Jobzik.
Okay, you get one pass, you're fine, okay? Continue to run middle. Hey, you got nobody on the outside.
Yes, I'm giving it to you. Let's go. Here you go.
Nice swing. Just swing at the ball, baby. Ain't nobody there.
Hey, put it down.
How about some of the thoughts from Ray Bello, his message to his team there during the huddle?
What he's basically saying is what most coaches say. Be aggressive. You've got an open net. You have an opportunity to put the ball away. Don't worry about the block. The block's supposed to be there. That's part of the game. Go up there. Be aggressive. Take a swing. Take a smart swing. It doesn't have to be a big banger. Just put it in the court. Make them play it.
This is Megan Moody. First year Baruch, as I said, was recruited as a setter, has settled into as a starting outside hitter, and now she has an ace as Hurton and Lubeck miscommunicating on the receive.
That's the second time they've served that spot, that little seam in between Lubeck and Hurton, that 6-1 seam, that little smaller area where you have 2 of your stronger passes and you make them walk and run in between each other. See if you can cause some confusion.
Jobzik flying in. Wu able to dig it out. Off the line, Rebecca Peralta. Paulina Jobzik again. That's a big point here for Hunter, just to get some positive feeling again.
And Jobzik did exactly what Bello asked. She took a very smart, high, strong swing, looking to tool the top of the block. This young freshman is going to be good one day. Great, I should say.
This is Carolina Krause, a junior, originally from Greenpoint, Brooklyn, coming in to serve for Hunter. Wu. Free ball, Butis. Jobzik. Dug out there, good one from Wilson. Peralta. And Wilson's pass really started it.
And what happened is now they're squeezing Jobzik's shot. They know that she's going to go over. Peralta with a nice swing down the line. They know that she's going to go over Santiago, so they've pinched Posey Wilson over right behind Santiago's block so that she's there to dig that ball. Small, short serve. Smart, short serve.
This is Mallory Grubler back in rotation. It was a while before she had been in. Free ball here for Hunter. They go to Grubler, and she makes it pay off.
And Mallory's one of those players that she uses her length well. She gets to the net, she looks to snap high and fast around the block, which is what she did right there with that swing.
Mallory Grubler, a 4-year starter, first team CUNY in 10-09. Should be this year, but has missed much of the season with a foot injury. And a quick dump, beautifully done by Melinda Santiago. Wow.
Cheeky little dump. She sets up the play. Everyone's looking. Look at the block. Look at the block. They're looking inside. Oh, right over the shoulder. Be aware. Be alert. That's what you're told.
Sneaky. Grubler dug out by Wilson. Santiago. And Wu has to hit it. Free ball here, Hunter. Lubeck. And that's off hands. She hasn't been able to get going. Peralta outside. On with the left hand, Rebecca Peralta.
And that's what's hurting Hunter this year as compared to last year. Lubeck last year was open almost every time on every swing. But now she's got Jessica Wu standing right in front of her, pretty much thwarting all of her shots.
Lubeck. Oh, and she'll find the corner.
And a rare mistake by Posey Wilson. She sat in the middle, the setter released. You know that it's going to be kind of what's known as a free ball, which is like a give-up ball. And she didn't move. She just stayed in the middle. And Santiago, the setter for Baruch, released to the net, and Wilson didn't back her up.
In to serve. Lisa Jagenjak from Astoria came in for Hunter, but serve receive put in Jessica Wu for Baruch.
I have a feeling this young lady might be probably the first freshman to win MVP if Baruch wins this championship.
Well, Allison Stack feels, you know, she could be player of the year if freshmen were maybe not prohibited from kind of doing that. You love to reward the seniors, but she says Wu has been that good, player of the year worthy for her second-seeded Baruch Bearcats. Krauss, good dig there. And the question is, did that go off antenna? And it did. That's a point for the Bearcats, and they're running away with this second set. Final timeout here for Hunter, 18-11 Baruch. Now remember, the first time these two teams met, back on September 10th, at Baruch College, that was a 3-0 sweep by Hunter. So Baruch looking for their first set to take from this Hunter squad.
And that'll set the stage. You can't say that that's going to be what wins the match. And what's going on, Ray Bello right there was just saying, hey, let's look to use the block. Let's be smart with our shots. It's going to be a big block. And again, aggressiveness doesn't always mean that it has to be a hard hit. What needs to happen right now is Hunter needs to get into a rhythm, find a way to get that ball past their block, maybe use the block as part of the offense, and really cheat without cheating. Cheat the block of Baruch so that they have an opportunity. Oh, you can't come out of a timeout and lose the first point.
Kim Hurt couldn't handle the strong serve. An ace for Rebecca Peralta. She's number 4 in CUNY in aces. An 8-point first set lead. And almost another one there. Hurton able to dig it out. But from the back line, and then the put away. Michelle Stomis, a freshman from Annandale, Minnesota. It's 20-11 Baruch.
Stomis waited on that shot, which is a very smart thing to do when you're a middle blocker. Someone jumping far away from you want to go up after they start their swing. And that's exactly what she did. She went up late, found the ball, blocked the ball. Smart move by that young lady.
Service error there from Peralta. Baruch hitting 448 for this first set, Pat. Hunter limited to 188 as Katina Butis, senior from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, serves.
Another great pass.
Moody, another put away.
They are finding the court. They are hitting smart shots. I'm going to earmark to last year's championship where we had talked about how Hunter needed to come out with a strong first game to set the stage. Baruch is doing that this year. They're coming out with a strong first game to set the stage.
Whistle. Gonna get a net violation against Baruch. So it's 21-13 is our score.
Moody's followed through on that overpass. It clipped the net.
Lubeck, not a good pass. And now we get the net called against Hunter.
Tit for tat, same thing happened. But that, again, that's great aggressive play on both sides if you think about it. The error was caused because of the aggressiveness, and that's the best thing. Here comes Jessica Wu with her big jump serve.
And got an ace.
Jessica.
Third service ace of this first set for the Bearcats.
And that was a great location serve. It wasn't a hard serve. It was right to that deep left corner of Hunter.
At Lubeck. Budis setting it up, and Stasic just had to punch it across. Moody.
Smart shot.
It is set point at 24-13 for the number 2 seed, Baruch.
The Bearcats right now are working on all cylinders. They're finding the court, and Jessica Wu has sparked them. Great freshman. And as I say that, she serves into the net. Sports guy jinx again.
Cutting into Ted, and Kim Hurton will serve. Hurton, a junior from Lindenhurst, New York, out in Suffolk County. And Peralta has to safety that. Lubeck, though, couldn't handle. Free ball, Budis put it across. Santiago, Hayden. Good dig from Butis. And Hatfield gives it back to the Bearcats. It's a 25-14 first set victory for the 2 seed in this CUNY Women's Volleyball Championship match. 25-14 Baruch.
And Jessica Wu really made that happen for them. That freshman is going to be stellar in this match. Big error here by Hatfield. You got to put that ball in there.
Back for the second set as you watch the CUNY Con-Edison Game of the Week.